Hello Internet, and today's video is going to be another one of those book opinions. Those videos in which I tell you my opinion on a book. And today's book is going to be Illuminae, the first book in the Illuminae files by Amie, Kuffman, and Kristoff. I almost mixed those two up. That would have been rather embarrassing. So this is a sci-fi book. It is about a world in which corporations run the world. They own planets. They kind of run everything. And there is this certain planet that is kind of illegal, and it's illegally mining, and it belongs to one corporation. Another corporation comes in, just annihilates all the other people on this secret mining planet to start a kind of corporate war because they don't want the other corporation to make more money than them. And we are following two people who are the refugees from this planet, and they happen to be ex-lovers, but sort of kind of still lovers, but really not lovers still. So it's a weird relationship, okay? And they are on two different ships, and they're communicating with each other, and they're trying to figure out, why was their planet attacked? Why are they in the situation they are in? If they'll be able to see each other, when they're going to show up to somewhere safe, and why are people turning crazy? Because this is very concerning. So I had a love-hate relationship with this book. I loved it enough that if I find the other books at a discount, I will buy them. But I didn't like it enough for me to avidly search out for these books so that I could continue with them. And some of the problem is with the interesting way that the story is told. So this story has different things and ways told, programming lingo from what the program records, video recording, emails, surveillance footage, all sorts of things that are culminated together to tell the story. I find it a very interesting way to tell the story, and I didn't mind it, but sometimes when it would get to the more picture-y, abstract storytelling style, I would just give up. Like, let me see if I can find a page. Okay, so like take this page for example. This isn't the worst of it, but like it's just bunches of blocks, all different directions, and aesthetically, artistically, awesome, great. As a reader who really doesn't want to waste your time, I didn't read all of these. I maybe glanced at some of the big ones and was like, no, okay, I don't need to read the other ones. Sometimes they make like shapes and stuff in that way, and I just never bothered to read it. Like, I would read it, but then I was like, am I reading it in the wrong order? Am I supposed to read this swirl first, then that swirl? And then I got irritated because I'm over here doing book gymnastics trying to figure out which one I'm supposed to be reading. So that was frustrating. I did not like that at all. I did not want to work. I have heard that maybe if you read this along with the audiobook that has a full cast, supposedly, it's really, really fun, and maybe that would be better. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Probably never will, because I'm lazy and I don't want to. So I don't know how much that would work for others, but I have heard it's a thing, so take it as you will. Now for the actual story of the characters. The characters I didn't mind. I was indifferent towards them. I really didn't care about them one way or the other. There is Caddy or Katie. I don't know which way this one is pronounced. And then there is Ezra, and they are the two little lovers. And I really didn't care about either of them. Like, I just honestly didn't. Sometimes I'd get frustrated with them because I was like, you guys are being idiots. Sometimes I was just completely indifferent because I really didn't care about their story and them freaking out and them being in this thing. I just didn't care about them one way or the other. I was indifferent. I didn't feel like emotionally connected to these characters one way or the other. And that was my problem with this book, is that most of this book was just blasé to me because I loved the interesting way of telling the story, so that was what kept me intrigued. But the characters themselves, they were enough to get me by in the story, but I really didn't care about them. So when Aiden came along as a full character, I was like, yes, I am ready for Aiden. And Aiden is this AI character in this book. I I was ready for Aiden. He is like a sassy computer. I just love AIs, okay? I love when books introduce AIs. I love when they give them little quirky characteristics. I love it. So I loved Aiden. So as soon as Aiden became a main character and it wasn't just Hattie, Katie, and Ezra, I was there for this book. So like the first third of this book, no, Aiden wasn't there. The second 2/3 of this book, I was there because Aiden was there, and I was there for Aiden. So I guess that's just a personal thing. If you like really snarky like AI characters and like that conversation of AI and stuff, you would like this book, at least when it comes to the Aiden portion. I really just wasn't invested in the romance, not romance, sort of old relationship problems of Ezra and Katie. I wasn't concerned with their path. I didn't feel invested in them. Like, I really didn't, so I didn't enjoy them. I thought they were just okay at best. Aiden was awesome. Aiden can stay. If this book was just about Aiden, I would have enjoyed it more. So overall, I would rate this book and recommend this book to people who I know really liked sci-fi or were just intrigued with a new non-linear chronological way of reading. I think it would be fun for people who enjoy those things. If you are okay and don't get frustrated with characters you may or may not feel emotionally attached to, give this book a try. I do not think that me not being attached to the characters personally was a drawback for enjoying this book. And I know it's something that I've heard around in relation to this book, that the characters were just okay to most readers, but I don't think that the characters not having that ability to draw you and grip you in and invest you into their lives was really a drawback for the story. It was one of those cases in which I cared more about the plot of the story than I cared about the characters of the story. So whatever happened to the characters, I didn't care much about, but whatever happened towards the plot, I was very deeply invested in. That being said, I liked the elements of corruption. I liked the politics of corporation. If I did continue with the series, I would definitely like to see more in relations to the corporation politics. I would like to see characters who were invested in these, who were informed about these things. I would like to see more conversations of life and death, of who deserves to live and who doesn't, because I thought that the story did best when it was having those conversations, when we were trying to figure out how to save the most people, how not to save the most people, whether or not we were in dire straits or not. Like, the waiting game at the first third of just trying to figure out what was going on wasn't like my favorite part, but the second 2/3 where it was more of a something is happening, our lives are in immediate imminent danger, sort of corporations are out to get us, there's some politics, there's some weird stuff going on here, that was there. I'm ready for them conspiracy theories, right? I'm ready for those. So Illuminae was a book that I read. Might not be a book that I read again, might be a series that I continue with. I'm indifferent overall. Like, I liked one character. I'm indifferent towards the whole series. I did not regret reading this, but it was something. It was something. That's all I gotta say. So if you have read Illuminae, comment down below if the other books really do get better. Like, are they genuinely better? Is there more character development other than just Aiden? Like, are the other characters worth time investing in? Also, do they go deeper into the corruption corporate thing? Because I will go there if they're going to talk about that weird sort of politics. I'm there for that, right? I'm there for that. It frustrates me talking about politics in books, but I eat it up every time. So tell me in those comments if this is something that I really should continue with. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to see more, then you click all those bunnies down below, and goodbye, internet.